I love you. Well, thank y'all, Couch Potatoes, for coming on back here and sitting on the couch with us. I am in a precarious position. I'm recording in a new location of my apartment that it's very low to the ground. My dog has access to come up to the mic and sniff at it. And when she barks, it'll probably tear your ears off. So I'll try to do my best in the editing booth, but technology has limited me to the ground for this episode. I am seated on a cushion on my floor, talking to the faceless Leon over there.
That's me.
Yeah, on a coffee table. Like
yeah, I am still at my desk, have my special lumbar pillow.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, I get the feeling my back is going to be aching by the end of this episode. Actually, that's not true. I sit on the ground a lot. Actually, I'm not much of a furniture user. It's really weird. Like, I don't know what happened. I've become my dad. Like, he used to just lay on the floor all the time, and like, I don't know. It's just Zelda, my dog, is just taking over the couch almost entirely. That's her space. And so some days I'll get my food prepared and I'll come back and she's just sprawled out, and she's a small dog, but she can sprawl out across a 4 or 5 foot couch pretty well.
She's got a long body.
Yeah. And if she is fully stretched out as much as she possibly can be, she can make it so that sitting on the couch is just not comfortable in any fucking way. And so I just kind of drifted to the floor. I even have a rocking chair, but I use that. It's in a different part of the room, but like, you know, I keep that at the table. So I don't know why. I just sit on the ground all the time now, and it's fucking weird, but it's gotten to the point where now I'm recording on the ground. Soon you'll enter my apartment and there won't be any furniture whatsoever. It'll just be a coffee table to eat at and then an entertainment stand and bookshelves.
Dude, did you get robbed? It's like, no, it's just what I need. Oh, that's very zen of you, man. Well, right? Where should I sit?
You'll sit on the cushion over there. The one with the mysterious stain on it.
That's Zelda's shame.
Oh, well, I'm so happy you're all back here for this. I am the Green Traveler from Gorsh.
And I am the Faceless Leon. I'm here. And
you are?
Yeah, I am. And this is a podcast about movies and TV, so named Green and Faceless on the Couch. Welcome, Couch.
That's right. And I used to be on the couch, but now I'm not. Now I'm on a cushion.
And neither of us are on couches, actually. So, sorry to shatter the illusion.
But someday, if we're in the same room, we might set it up so that like we're both on one end of a couch. You know, we can set it up that way and just chat.
Maybe if it's like one of those like square sectional kind of things that have it so that there's backs that can face each other. Because otherwise, that'd be a pain in the neck.
Yeah, it would be. But we can figure it out. We'll make it happen. Because we are green and faceless on the couch. God damn it.
Yeah.
And today we're talking Fast and Furious 6, or as the title card calls it, Furious 6. And this, ladies and gentlemen, we finally made it. Number 6 is where I'm going to go off on the naming scheme because it pisses me off so much. The Fast and Furious movies have the dumbest naming scheme ever, and now they're just trolling. Like, they know they're just trolling now. Like,
just throwing it out there. Like, I wonder, like, okay, so it says original title, too, on some places that I looked this up on. And I just want to know if it was something in the editing room, and then posthumously they're like, oh, yeah, that was what it was originally supposed to be. But, like, somebody in the editing room was like, you know, it'd be really funny, because they named the last one Fast 5, if we called this Furious 6. And somebody else was like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, do it. Oh my God. See, my running opinion was that they were going to call this Furious 6, and their plan for number 7 was like Furious 7 go to heaven, or, you know, something like, you know, Fast and Seventh Heaven. And so it's like they had some stupid plan, and that's when they were going to go to space. But then they were like, no.
Too early.
We can't go to space until number 10, Jason X. We gotta be loyal.
So they already filmed number 10.
They just knew that they couldn't go to space until then. And so they were just like, all right, we can't call it like Fast and Furious Go to Heaven or whatever. It's got to be Furious 7. That sounds good. We'll call that Furious 7. And then the editors was like, oh, I'd already made the title card for Furious 6. And they're like, that's all right. We'll market it. We'll market it as Fast and Furious 6. And people would just be confused because this one will just have 2 fucking names.
Okay, so I will say with modern editing, it is pretty easy to change the title cards. But
I know.
I would just very to be contrary a little bit is to say that probably did not trickle down to the editing room that they made that decision. That shit happens all the time, I'm sure.
I bet. It just pisses me off because the only ones that they've used a number for so far in this was Too Fast and Too Furious. Creative, interesting, it fits, whatever. Excuse me. Oh, I just drank Diet Coke and now I'm burpy. But it's like, it's fine. And then they did The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. No Fast and Furious 3. It was The Fast and the Furious, this is a spin-off Tokyo Drift. Like, it's just, that's it. And in number 4, instead of calling it Fast and Furious 4 or The Fast and the Furious 4 or something along those, or For the Fast and the Furious, which is what I wanted. No, then they call that one Fast and Furious.
Yep.
So they're just like, fuck it. We don't even know what we're doing anymore. That's fine.
Soft reboot. Yeah,
and then the 5th one comes around. They're like, maybe we should acknowledge the number the installment number for this. Like maybe we should remind people that 1 through 3 still happened. It's a soft reboot, but it's not a full reboot. Maybe we should do that. And it's like, we'll call it Fast 5. And that's like, all right, fine. And then they get to this one. And it's just like, all right, what are you going to do? Furious 6. That sounds great. Because Fast 5. Furious 6, and then you do something weird for 7. You'll figure it out when you get there. Exactly. No. Whoever made the final decision was like, no, I want it to be Fast and Furious 6. So, like, again, the only time they've acknowledged the number was Too Fast, Too Furious. Which still follows the Fast and the Furious naming scheme that the first one had. Yeah. But this one, they're like, no, let's get rid of the fucking... the whatever they're called, the thes. What are those again in the sentence?
Articles. They're articles.
Yeah, we'll say fuck the articles. They're gone again. We're bringing back the ampersand. So it's it's Fast ampersand Furious 6. Just fuck off with this. And then just to peek into the future, they do Furious 7, which again, this one's original title is Furious 6. So they just got fucking bored. They were just like, we don't know what we're going to call it. We'll just call it Furious 7. That's fine. So now it kind of just oddly mirrors number 5, which it doesn't. It mirrors number 6. That is number 7's story. It kind of follows number 6. So why the fuck all ever? And then they do The Fate of the Furious. They finally acknowledge the number within a word, which is what they wanted from number 4 again, because they had Too Fast, Too Furious. So For the Fast and the Furious makes sense. Right. And then they do Fate of the Furious. They have so many different naming schemes. Just choose one. And then they got even more lazy with the 9th one, and they called it F9. It's a computer key. It's a computer key. But no, we're going to call it F9. We haven't shortened anything that much. So it's like, what the fuck are you going to do for 10, 11, and 12, which apparently you have plans for? So I want to take a few minutes. And we got to figure out.
It's going to be FX.
Yes. See, that's what I want. FX. It makes sense. It's funny.
That makes sense.
I like that one. Or FFX. Fast and Furious X. They'll bring in because it was F9, so they have to change it somewhat just to piss me off. So it'll be FFX.
Number 11 could be F911.
Well, they'll have to change it because they won't just keep doing FFFF. They'll bring it back to be Fast and Furious. Yeah. They'll probably do The Fast and the Furious 911 or something like that.
Bring the articles back. Bring them back.
Yeah, exactly. Just to piss me off. And they'll probably stop like some kind of time travel. Oh, that's it. They'll stop 9/11 using time travel.
I don't think they'll go for it. They're pretty ballsy, but I don't think they're going to go that route. That might be like, maybe after 40 years. Like,
well, that's probably when they'll get number 11 out. If Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson are fighting, they'll probably wait until they're old men, and then they'll do like grumpy old men Fast and Furious.
Right.
That'll be number 12. You're grumpy Fast and Furious.
Okay. Faster by the dozen.
Faster by the dozen. Oh, I like that. That's good. Pay us. Who is this? Warner Bros? Who did Fast and Furious?
So I don't know.
Just pay us. Whoever you are. Whoever's out there.
I did realize that we did like a product placement earlier in this episode. We have no sponsorship.
Oh yeah, no. But if anybody out there wants to pay us, like, we'll chill out.
Yeah. Sure. or if you think we're worthy of some money, you could come on down to patreon.com/greenfaces and check out the wonderful tiers there and vote on the potato pick once a month.
Or if you're just feeling very kind, you can just Venmo me money.
Yeah. Let's get on that.
Find us on Venmo.
Okay. So, Fast 6. It's a movie.
No. Fast 6? What are you talking? It's Furious 6.
That's right. Furious 6. It is Fast and Furious 6. It is both of those things. Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
And 6.
You didn't seem to like 5 as much. Did you? No, did you enjoy yourself more?
A lot more.
and I would like to wager that I want to know your opinion on it. Do you think I was right? Was it the villain? Because Luke Evans is the villain in this, and
is good.
He's great. They use him more because the villain in 5 was good, but he was just a derivative. They didn't know how to use him. He was just there. He was just somebody to steal from.
Yeah, and, the villain is in the field. They do the, hey, you've met your match storyline kind of thing with it. Shaw's got his own team, and they're equally as good as the family.
Yeah, because the Roman, that's his name, right? Played by Tyrese Gibson.
Yes.
He eloquently points out how each and every single member of Luke Evans' team is just a different version of their member. So in my opinion, this is the one where they fight their shadow selves.
Yes.
This is the
mega episode.
Yeah, this is that part of the Legend of Zelda games where Link has to fight Shadow Link. I love it. This one sets up a lot of fun, and I'll let you go ahead and set it up if you want to.
Oh, sure, I can try that. So Paul and Vin, or Brian and Dom, they're living it up in Brazil. I think they're still in Brazil. They're somewhere that doesn't extradite.
Because they're criminals.
Because they are fugitives. And
thieves.
But they are they're clean now. Well, clean, that might not be the right term.
Well, they're rich.
They've gone straight. They're rich as fuck. Yeah, they don't need to do anything. But anyways, they've retired. That might be a better way to put it.
Yeah.
They're out of the game.
And one of the opening scenes with Paul, too, is it's Paul and Vin Diesel, racing down the streets. Yeah. And, they're going super fast. And you're like, oh, cool, we're going to start with a race scene. No, they're going to the birth of Paul Walker's kid. They're going to... Because Brian and Mia, they had a child. And it makes me laugh so much that he's just he waited till the very last second to go to his child's birth so that he could race there.
Yeah.
It's dude, you knew she was at the hospital, I assume. You could have just been there on time. But no, you have to fucking race.
Immediately, that fixed one of my biggest complaints about the other movie, is that there wasn't that much racing at all in the movie. Right. So I was very happy to see that return. And there was other times where I felt this felt way more like a racing movie than the other movie. Even with the Formula One flipper cars.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it fucking was great. There were some great stunts in this movie.
Yeah, it's like Tokyo Drift in a way where they're not actually races. They're in the streets. They are kind of racing each other, but it's more of
catch me if you can.
Exactly. Yeah, and you had a couple moments like that in Tokyo Drift where they're all racing each other in the streets, and it's more like, you know, as you said, catch me if you can. God, I love it. Like, it was a really cool, it was a different take on the racing idea, because it's not, you know, it's not just them racing and it's like, oh, we raised the stakes, now there's no
they're also like being teammates.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of brings me to one of the team members on Shaw's team. Now, I don't know. I mean, I assume that you had seen at least the 5th movie if you've come to this point. Actually, that's a terrible assumption, because there's a lot of reasons why you might have decided to listen to these instead of watching the movie. Maybe you think they're kind of silly and you want to see how silly some people think they are. So who the fuck do I know? What I'm asking is, should we spoil this? It's a major plot point. It's like the whole fucking point of the movie.
Everything that sets them up should be spoiled. I think we need to talk about what brings the family back together, because, as you said, they're clean. So why would they get involved in yet another dramatic event like this? So I think we need to explain why the family comes back together, and I don't think we need to explain Shaw's team members' motivations or anything, like talk about why they're on his team.
Right. But, sure. Okay. So
do you want me to do that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. The reason the family gets back together is because Dom is brought from Hobbs. Dwayne Johnson visits Dom in his non-extradited zone. You know, he's safe. The cop doesn't have jurisdictions there.
Right.
And Dom's like, not Dom. Hobbs is like, you're going to want to come with me regardless. It's like, even if I am a cop and even if you want to stay here, you're going to be begging me to come with me. And he shows him a picture of Letty, Michelle Rodriguez, who died way back in number 4.
Taken a week ago.
And he believes it. Of course he believes it.
Thing that I am like,
why are you accepting this?
You could have taken that anytime.
Right. It looks like the exact same photo they took when they told him that she had died too. Like,
sure she did.
I mean, Michelle Rodriguez has like one facial expression for most of this series. She's great. Like, I'm not going to deny that Michelle Rodriguez is great as Letty, but she does typically just have that sneer. She's got a sneer on her face. She's always
she's intense.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. I really enjoy her. I've enjoyed some of the independent films that she's been in. She has a fantastic range.
And she was in Lost for a bit.
She was in Lost, yes.
Yeah, and I enjoyed her a lot in Lost.
Yeah, I thought she was really good. I thought the season was, I don't know.
Yeah, and they didn't really know what to do with her character after a bit.
Right.
Yeah, so then they just shot her.
Yeah, they just kind of threw her away.
But because she is back, and she is working for this huge terrorist, would you call him? Like, I don't know what you would call Shaw.
Shaw is such a big bad guy that he had Braga from the 4th movie under him. Braga worked for him. And so does, like, all the other cartels and shit. He is, like, the big secret bad that nobody knows about, except for Hobbs, apparently.
Hobbs has figured it out. And I don't want to explicitly spoil anything, but maybe you picked up on the connection, maybe? His name is Shaw.
Yes.
And I didn't know how well hidden that was. I was hoping I don't want to say too much about it.
Right. But people, I'm sure, who have been paying attention to anything in pop culture have heard that connection.
Yeah, exactly. And I just really enjoy it. That's one of the reasons the next movie is so much fun for me, is because of their villain. But Shaw in this is Luke Evans playing him. Brilliant. He is so cold. He is not a very intimidating figure in regards to his physicality, especially when he's paired next to like Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson. Like they are just like, you know, built more cool, like more stoic face and everything. And Luke Evans, he is still a ripped man, especially in this film, but he is more, you know, lithe. He is very tall and skinny, and so he's not as intimidating. But how he acts in this film and the things he does, it's so cold-hearted and so intimidating that you're like, yeah, this is a good villain for this crew, this family. Because of Letty working for Shaw, they are all connected. They're all like, we are all coming together. We are a family. We have to bring Letty back, or at least figure out why she is on his side. We got to work together. We got to figure all this stuff out.
Gotta do it. And even, is it Alina, I think, Dom's girlfriend from the last movie? She is just 100% a good sport about it all.
Oh, yeah, she is. Yeah.
I just couldn't see that being realistic at all.
Well, they tried. Yeah, they tried to give it like a sentimental thing too, because in the last movie you hear her backstory, how she like lost her husband, and that's why she joined the force and everything. And then when she like looks over Dom's shoulder and she's just like, "Oh, is that your former lover before me? I know if that was my husband in that photo, I would be doing everything I can to get back with him. So I understand completely."
I assume that Dom told her that the love of his life had died at some point. Yeah. In the, what is it, maybe 12 months since the other movie, I would imagine. That's how old the baby looked. The baby looked a few months old, so.
Yeah, it definitely does seem like way too quick of a, I'm okay with this, go your own way. I know the movie shoehorned us as a couple, but then we got Michelle Rodriguez to sign a contract again, and now she's back on board. Exactly, so this just it's not gonna work out between us, Vin Diesel. I'm so sorry, but like I'm okay with this. Go on, have kids with her.
Yeah, there could have been a little bit more drama there, I think.
Like she could still be okay with it, but like it's that ending scene. The ending scene is what makes it weird, because around the end she comes back to the family. They're all gathered around at like a table kind of thing. And Vin's like, "Hey, you want to come sit at the table with us?" And it's just like, "Well, that's a little weird, bro." Like,
their conversation could have been like, "Hey, listen, I'm all right with you going back to this person who you thought was dead, but come on, that would be kind of rubbing it in my face." Like that seems like a more real reaction than what happened. But anyhow,
that is basically the plot for Fast and Furious 6. It is, it's the Hobbs brings the family together to capture this huge terrorist because apparently he can't do it with law enforcement. So we're going to bring criminals in it who are good at heists, and we're just going to hope that they don't do much things. I mean, again, just like in the last film, there are so many people who die in this that like are just kind of, we don't see any death, but it's just like, God. I guess, we do see death, but like we don't. I meant like bystanders. There's a lot of bystanders who just die in this that we don't see any of that.
With that, especially with the flipping car thing.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That thing is awesome, though.
It is really cool. So I will like to say that they got pretty much everybody from the last movie back. They also include Gina Carano, who people will know from The Mandalorian.
And from her severe contention with the transgender community because of her refusal to back down from stupid statements.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got everybody back. You have Jordana Brewster again. You got Ludacris, Sung Kang as Han, Gal Gadot as Han's lover. That's so bad. It's not Han's lover. I just can't remember her name. Like
Giselle. It's Giselle. Gal Gadot is Giselle. To remember for all the other movies in this series that she's going to be in. Remember that it's Giselle because she's just so slender and the long legs and stuff. That'll help you to remember. Giselle Gazelle. I don't know. Just remember it that way.
Giselle Gazelle. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that helped. Yeah. All right. I was like, where are you going with the long legs? I was like trying to think of a famous woman named Giselle, and I'm like, I don't. Gazelle, I like it.
Okay, that was dumb, but thank you.
No, she's in it again, though. You also have, who else does the family have? Because I feel like I'm missing somebody in the family.
Yeah, I think that was kind of it for the team. They didn't bring back the two guys from Fast and Furious that I can't remember their names off the top of my head.
Yeah, the Spanish speaking ones.
Yeah, they would have been fun.
I really like them, but yeah, they're not good. They're not good like fighting terrorist material. I would guess. You know, it's like they're too goofy for such a serious mission. We'll bring them back. I don't honestly know if they come back, but I hope they do. But like we'll bring them back for a less like terrorist. They'll probably just like fall in. You know, it'll be one of those circumstances where the family, they have everybody at the table together, and then they all get attacked at once, and they're involved now. But yeah, for a big mission like taking down a terrorist, I don't know if you call those two guys.
I see.
They fight too much in the car.
maybe Hobbs was in charge of bringing them together, and since he's American law enforcement,
oh yeah,
he only wanted to work with Americans. But Gal Gadot, I don't know. I'm being stupid.
But the only like big new addition is Gina Carano for this movie, at least.
Right.
And honestly, like, she is good enough here. I forgot that she was part of this franchise. For all I knew, The Mandalorian was the first thing I saw her in.
Right.
But no, it was actually Fast and Furious 6, and I don't know. She's all right. I'm not gonna attack her acting because of her personality.
She did an okay job, yeah.
And she is still, you know, a complete badass. Like it's a lot of fun to see her take down people in this film.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Cara doing it. It's just unfortunate.
You're gonna be an idiot sometime in your life, and that happens to everybody.
Sure.
There's gonna be a moment where you're gonna say something stupid, and you're gonna feel dumb about it. And when that happens, you own up to it, you apologize for it, and you do what you can to correct it,
and you move on. Yeah. If people accept that, then that's good.
You move on. Yeah. But she didn't. She dug her feet into the sand, and she's like, I'm gonna die on this fucking hill. And by golly, girl, just toss in the towel. Like, nobody fucking cares. Just be a good person, damn it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm not gonna let that affect this movie, because this movie is still just tons of fucking fun.
I really did think so too. Are we ready for a closing statement? Because I mean, we both agree already.
I think there's I could probably mention them in my closing statement, because there's some silly shit I wanted to talk about, because it's like there are two huge action scenes that this movie is famous for.
Okay.
Every Fast and Furious movie has their big ridiculous shtick that it's known for. You know, the first ones don't really have too much, but as they go on, there's that big thing where it's just like, oh yeah, that's the movie with that, right? And Fast and Furious 6 is the one where they have a midair catch across bridges.
Oh, yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about that. I totally forgot.
Yeah. It is the most badass thing ever, and it's so stupid. But it's just like, Letty is just ejected out of off of a truck, and she is flying across a bridge, like hundreds of feet in the air, just complete death below them. There's two bridges technically, so there's there's a gap between both of them. And Dom jumps or something off of his.
He intentionally crashes.
Crashes
to jettison himself at the same velocity.
And he catches Letty in midair and then slams into a car on the other side.
I got one thing to say. Smaller bullets.
Oh my god. Wait, which movie was that from? I gotta remember now.
That was Suicide Squad.
That's right.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I was trying to remember, because I was like, I knew I had just watched that recently. That's a spoiler for what's to come, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we might be talking Suicide Squad. But yeah, that action scene where Vin Diesel just midair catches Michelle Rodriguez, it is just so fucking funny and so good.
Yeah.
Like, you feel it. You feel him slamming into the car. You feel him catching her in midair. Like, the sound effects are great. You hear like the thuds and everything. And it's really funny.
I got really into it for sure. And then I started cracking up. I mean, it's just the most absurd thing. And I'm okay, we know that you guys are physics magicians, but come on. And
they know the proper angles for everything.
Letty even asks him, she's like, how did you know that car would break our fall? and he turns to her, and I turned to Sarah, and I said, physics magician. And then he was like, I didn't.
Right? He's like, I was just gonna save you. That was my only goal. It's so ridiculous and so lovely and so stupid. Like, I fucking that's what makes this kind of a movie for me, is because the plot armor is so thick for all these characters until the very end, when you have the second big action scene that this film is known for, and that is the never-ending runway. That
never ending. They are long. I'll give them that.
They are long, but they're not that long.
That plane was going fast, okay?
I can't remember how long that scene is, but like that whole, from the time the plane starts going to the time where the end of the action scene happens, that is like a 10 to 15 minute action scene. Like, it is long. Yeah. And like, even if they're doing movie magic and they're shortening time in a way, that's still a ridiculously long taxi for a fucking airplane. Like, and
it kept on turning around because it couldn't get enough lift off.
Except we never see it turn around. It's
the pilot's first time. He's trying. He had to take 1 or 2, 3 goes at it to get it off the ground.
He's having trouble. Yeah, he's having trouble getting it up. He's got to prime. He's got to prime it a little longer.
He's got to take his blue pilot pills.
Oh my god! No, it's so funny because you have the entire family just racing at ungodly speeds alongside an airplane that's trying to get off the ground, and then you have some of the people who are fighting in the airplane and they're all fighting together. You have some people who are fighting on top of the cars while they're all trying to drive and like maintain speed and everything, and everybody's trying not to wreck. And you have people who are shooting bazookas out of cars at things, or not bazookas, but like wire guns. It is just a brilliant over the top action scene.
It is insane.
Completely riveted.
I loved watching it.
Dumb as shit, but my mouth is open, my eyes are wide. I'm just like, yes.
Yeah, I get it now.
You're one of the family.
I'm one of the family now. So this film, did you give it stars yet?
I have not. I will give it 3.5 stars. It is. Wow. It's just. It's so much fun. Like, that's the thing, is it and it's also got like a cohesive storyline. I understand what's going on.
The villain's cool.
Yeah, I don't understand like who Shaw is as a villain, because he is like so powerful. They're not going to explain it too well.
It's really hard to know too much about him. He's so mysterious.
He's so cool. Yeah, I love Shaw as the villain. Whole family. There's so many good chemistry moments, like where they're all just like trying to figure out the plan. They're trying to work out how they're going to get Shaw. And while that's going on, you have Roman Pierce making like hilarious bad jokes and Brian smiling like an idiot drinking a beer. And
I loved Roman in this movie. I really did.
He has become the on the nose, like he points out specifically what's going on, that it's just like what the writers were thinking when they were like pitchstorming ideas.
Yeah,
because he literally is just like, wow, Shaw has a member of, like, each member of his team is just a different version of us. And I'm just like, yeah, that was definitely a pitch idea. Like, the writer's like, who do they fight this time? What's the next stake? And it's like, they'll fight their shadow selves. And it's like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. Let's have Roman talk about that.
And they're all going to be English.
America versus England. And Han and Giselle.
Well, okay, to be fair, I think I don't know about Han's character, but he definitely has an American accent.
Yeah. But another thing about this film too, it is an ill omen of Paul Walker's departure from the franchise, because as you watch it, there's so many moments where you realize that he is not the captain of the ship. He never really was the head of the franchise, except for like 1 and 3 or 1 and 2, like when it was kind of following him. But they very quickly realized with 4 that Vin Diesel was the captain of the ship. And for number 6, he kind of just does disappear in that family lineup. You know, he's still a big member. He still has some key moments. But for most of the time, we're just kind of enjoying an exploration of all the other characters. You know, we're building all of them up, and Brian is just, again, he's back there, he's smiling, he's drinking a beer, he's flipping people off, but like he's not like the focal point anymore.
They've done his character already. I feel like is what they're feeling like right now. And it's nice because he's definitely still a character. He's still a good part of the show. And when you said El Elman, I thought you were talking about his crash scene because I thought that was... I'd never seen this movie before. I thought that was going to be how they wrote him off. I don't know. But then I did a little looking in, and it was during the filming of the 7th one that he passed. So, rest in peace. I guess I'll do my closing statement. So, this movie, I had a lot more fun than the last movie. I think, even though I felt like Dwayne's character was less... the Hobbs character had less of a part in this story than the last one. I thought that Dwayne Johnson played him better. So that was a big plus for me. There was racing in this movie. That was a big plus for me. We already talked about the villain. I don't know. Just all around, I had a lot more fun with this movie. And it did take me just a few minutes to get into it. In fact, I turned on the movie and then immediately started texting with somebody, and I was like, okay, I didn't pay attention to the first 5 minutes of this movie. So I went back and started it up. And I had to do that again, to be perfectly honest with myself and the world. And that was on me. However, I will tell you, the beginning isn't all that captivating, but it really picks up from there.
Yeah. Once the story gets underway, it just rockets. Yeah,
it's a full-face movie. That's what I have to say about Furious 6 / Fast and Furious 6.
And just to hype the next one, there is a mid-credits scene where you get a sneak peek at the next villain, who is Jason Statham. And I will go ahead and say that this is where they connect the Tokyo Drift storyline.
Yes. After this movie's over, I think it's safe to say Han goes to Tokyo.
Yeah, directly once the credits first roll and between the mid-credits scene. Yeah, Han goes to Tokyo, and then the mid-credits scene happens. You see the connection to Tokyo Drift, and you get a peek at Furious 7's villain, and I am so excited for it. I can't wait to talk it. We'll be back next week with that one, though. I haven't seen it yet,
so I am excited too. I gotta say, this ride has been something. I thought for a moment it was kind of, shifting down for me, but we're in 6th gear now, baby. And
Hell yeah.
We're running out of gears. But we're still going.
We got 12. Yeah. We got 12 and a half gears.
Put it in the passing gear. We need to get it in the passing gear. That's what's going on. I don't know anything about cars. I pretend like I do. I know how to boost the AC, so
I know how to flick my nos.
Yeah, do you? That's
I got some nos, man.
Vroom! Well, see you next time for Furious 7. Its only title. I'm the Faceless Leon.
And I am the Green Traveler.
Safe travels, and good night. Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of FictionWorks 19. If you like the show, please show your support by rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. Like, follow, subscribe, wherever you might listen. We also now have a Patreon account. If you feel so inclined to support us in a financial manner, please become a patron by visiting patreon.com/greenandfaceless. You can also find more information about us on our Facebook account or on the FictionWorks 19 Instagram account. Thank you so much for listening.